not cheating though? Well, yes. It was more of a question of, okay, fine. If you prefer the term exploiting, how exploity is it? Was more what I was going for. But go ahead and tell me about it. Like in one transaction? Well, okay, correction. In like in today's stream. Because that's a little too cheaty for my taste, honestly. Most of the time. At least on the first playthrough of a game. Depending on the game and the mechanics, a lot of times, if it's something where I felt like it just detracted from the game the first playthrough, then sometimes I'll do stuff like that the second. But yeah, but why try it on my first playthrough? I mean, why not just wait and do it on a later playthrough like I normally would? I mean, you can tell me how it works. I am curious. I mean, if it's that powerful, then I'm probably not going to do it on this playthrough, honestly. But I might do it on the next one. Why are you shedding? It's the middle of winter. I feel like there was actually a similar bug in Skyrim or Oblivion or something like that. Okay. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. Take a screenshot of your steps. I'll hang on to it. I probably won't do it this playthrough just because I like doing it legit the first time. And like to me legit cheating is like in Skyrim where you can loot everything from every house ever and then resell it to the person whose house it was and nobody ever cares. Like that's the sort of like cheesing the system that I'm like, okay, that's fine on a first playthrough. Anything more than that, honestly, I try to keep for later playthroughs. But I did make note of it, and honestly, I'll probably try it just out of curiosity's sake on my next playthrough because I have already pretty much decided that this game is going to be one of those where I'm gonna have to do multiple. It's just gonna have to happen. I appreciate that. Thanks for the tip. I do like to know about stuff like that, even if I don't use it right away. Get my mouse back in the game. There we go. Let me see what you got.
Let me know what you'd like.
Hi. Yeah. Oops, I accidentally paused chat. There we go. What's up? You looking for more things to chew on? Ah. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I have. Damn it! I forgot again. See, I told you guys my mods take care of me, one way or another. Yeah, no, we were talking about it yesterday, but I just completely forgot to look for one. 12 silver, 50 gold. Or not gold, copper, I assume. I assume they don't really vary in price, right? It's sort of like Skyrim, where it's like, that's just the price. Hi. I'm being a crazy little goofball. Honestly, I was not expecting him to sit here for this long. Reinstate the cat hair all over my face. Oh, I just realized I'm sorry for the amount of ADD in this particular stream, but I'm realizing that because I've actually got display sharing set up, I can actually show you guys some of the stuff that I don't usually, because it's usually streaming directly from the game. So that's the other one that I have that I still have to remove the background from. This one I've actually got in Twitch. It's just pending approval for whatever reason. And then there's that one. I think those are all the ones that match. I've got some other white cat. Oh no, and then there's a crying one. And then I've got some other random. I don't know if you guys can even. Oh yeah, you actually. If you see it the way it is on my stream preview, then it actually shows up better on your screen than it does on my main one. But I've got a couple of other random. I like this one. Random freebie icons. Do that. I've got so many like bits and pieces of pictures in a folder labeled streaming stuff. I've just been accumulating for what feels like forever now. Kind of cute. There was one of the sleeping ones that reminded me very distinctly of ghosts. I don't remember which one it was. That one's pretty ghost-like. He sleeps like that a lot. But that wasn't. I feel like that wasn't the one. Oh yeah, this is Kitty loaf form. As I was describing yesterday. This is how he was sitting on the rug in the kitchen last night while I was streaming. Kitty bundle. I got what was there. Unfortunately, it was mostly the same sort of thing, but that's how many different versions of the blue one I've had. So it started out pink, and I switched it to blue, and then that's how many different versions I've got before I got the one without the background that we currently have. It's also why the other one isn't done yet. But yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. Since I can actually like show you guys stuff just by switching it to from one screen to the other. Ghost loaf. Okay. So I assume wait. Oh, that's weird. They show you what it sells back for before you've bought it, don't they? I'm okay. Is that what I'm seeing here? The backpack actually costs $57.50, and then if I buy it and want to sell it back, then it's $12.50. Is that right? Because if that's right, I don't have money for it anyway. Well, not yet. Hold on, let me see. No, you're fine. So down here in the corner, like when I'm not hovering over the backpack, it says $57.50, and then when I hover over it, the little window that pops up says sells for $12.50. They mean sells back for $12.50, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, good. Because I don't think I have quite enough to be able to afford it right now anyway. I can definitely get closer, but I don't think I have enough to. Should I be saving things like the Dalish Ironbark shield that's tier 5? Or the tier 2 gray iron scale gloves for like companions and stuff? They both require 2 high strength for me to use them anytime in the practical feature, but if I'm about to get companions and they're gonna need gear, then I would probably hang on to them just because they, especially the Dalish shield sells for 18 silver, which means that it's probably even more expensive than the bag to buy. By assuming it's a kind of similar rate. Mm. But not the gloves. And we'll go ahead and say you'll be fair enough. Okay. As long as I'm gonna have looting opportunities before I actually, you know, need to gear up party members, then I suppose I can force myself to not be a hopeless hoarder. Just, a mostly hopeless hoarder. Oh. It won't sell stuff I have equipped, will it? Oh, I do have 41 of those. It's better than I thought. I'm gonna sell. Those are stupid expensive. I hope she'll still be able to access shop after meeting. Okay. Good to know. It was more of a. It was more about I don't want to have to buy my stuff back if I'm gonna want to buy it back, sort of thing. But I think I'm okay. I'm gonna sell exactly one of these fancy arrows. Because one is apparently just one arrow is 10 silver, 72 copper, which is enough to put me over so I can get the bag right now, so I don't forget it later, because that's entirely a possibility at this point. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, I am, because I had more that I was already gonna sell. The elf flight arrow, that's what it was. Because I already had enough that I was gonna sell anyway. I am gonna go ahead and get the bag, since it only required selling one of my 41 elf flight arrows. This pack was designed to distribute weight evenly. Nice, okay. Ooh, that's neat. They tell you the actual value of it so that you know how much the guy's overcharging you. In this case, 7 silver and 50 copper. That's neat, though. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not. I wasn't going to sell any health poultices. If you mean you would recommend buying more than the 4 I have, I can certainly look into it. He does have some, apparently. I know where to come for a doggy bone. Okay. Whoa, what the? So confused. Okay, something about the way I loaded back up the world looked like everything had shrunk, and this guy had shrunk and was standing on top of a chair. And then, like, it all froze and I wasn't even in the picture at all. I have no idea. But it was wacky. Wouldn't hurt to stock up, but they are expensive. Okay. I'll keep that in mind for before I go anywhere then, but I will also wait a little bit, because stuff is the thing. That's the sentence that explains everything, right?
That course of action is inadvisable.
Oh dear.
Welcome, young woman.
Who are you?
I am one of the tranquil, my friend. I am of the circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
Well, you know, it's okay. I'd rather not get my fingers blown off by an enchanter's chest anyway. Honestly, I didn't know I was supposed to be hiding. I mean, I literally just opened a locked chest in front of a whole bunch of guards and helped myself to a new helmet. So, you know. Alright. You speak very strangely. Pray tell, why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
I see, probably not. OC, yeah. We'll go with not entirely.
Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Yep. I'm feeling I'm gonna regret asking this, but it's one of those things that in character I feel like I'm probably gonna want to know. How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
It sounds like a horrid practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror.
I bet you don't.
I am content to serve in my role.
I feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
What is enchantment exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sorts of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Oof. Yeah, I should go.
Goodbye.
I heard them described as creepy earlier. To me, he's not creepy. To me, he's just sad. Although, that being said, I did sort of get a little bit of a sneak preview, presumably some years down the line. So, that could be excessively judgmental of me for what I technically know from this game.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What did you think I'd be?
Not an elf, yet here you are.
So
The
I am.
name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
You know what? He's a little smartass, and I kind of like him. just enough humor to make him not a dick. What do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I
Like
heard a
a
couple of
what?
Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Davis. Am I supposed to... I feel like I'm... Do I know him? Or is that just a name I've heard recently? I mean, I haven't actually met him, I don't think. But I can't remember if... What's his face? Cool guy told me the names of the other recruits. Open-ended question. The wild?
We're right on the northern edge of the Kakari Wilds here, miles and miles of savage country. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
Why are the wilds so frightening?
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of?
I mean, fair.
It's all too secretive for me.
Duncan,
Makes my
Duncan.
nose twitch.
That's...
I guess we'll have to wait and
What's
see.
his face? Cool dude is
like
Duncan.
we have a choice.
By the way. Official translation. From River Brain speak to actual word speak. They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway,
right.
I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Okay. See ya. You seem cool. Just saying. Alright, now where? Okay. That must have been where I heard the name before then. Oh, that works. That was habit. I wasn't actually expecting that to work. It was habit from... Actually, it wasn't even habit from Skyrim. It was habit from my Minecraft minimap. I pulled up the map and I hit tab to see what the things were labeled as. And they're actually labeled as stuff. If I worked, it startled me more than the realization that I was doing a Minecraft thing. Okay, so what do we have here? I'm gonna wander over by King Kaelin's tent and Logain's tent and just see if there's anything interesting going on, and then I'm gonna go find Alistair and get on with this whole process. Wrong way. That's right.
Soldiers of Ferelden, my sisters and gentlefolk, we stand here on the eve of battle. Let us consider the evil before us. In their pride, mages of the ancient
So Logain's good. So
You
Logain's-
approach the tent of Tairn Logain. State your business.
Just saying hi to you, actually. Oh. Tairn is a title, apparently. Tell me about Tairn Logain.
How can you not know of Logain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Logain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn. He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
It's okay, if I'd had a choice, I wouldn't have asked about his activities in his tent anyway. Thanks, though. Ooh. Persuasion opportunity. See if I can put that stat to good use. Surely you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly.
Guards, man.
He and the king have been
Not all
arguing
of-
for days. The Tern's known the
dungeons,
king
but
since he was
the ones
sworn,
that are so much
so they
fun.
don't stand on ceremony. The Tern speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Tern Loghain tells him. Without the Tern, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
I can try to persuade him to give me an audience, but I'm gonna look around a little more first.
They are man's sins made flesh, an evil that spreads like
Okay, I guess we're good. That sounded disturbingly like battle music there for a second.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I have some questions.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
I mean, he probably is. I just hadn't looked yet. I just seen if you'd give me the time of day. You did, but only just. I hereby grant you half points, sir. Ooh. Oh, that's way back over there. I don't know why I'm going this way. Also, damn it, spacebar is not jump in this game. Let's see if I can get at that chest. If I can't, I'll go straight to... If I can, I will loot and then go straight to Alistair. And if I can't, then I'll just go straight to Alistair. And then... see what comes next.
Look carefully,
Quite
man.
possibly call it
This
for
wretched
tonight.
thing is
I
a
don't know yet.
darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin
don't
and
think that's right.
poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
Level 3? Is that what that is? I
Very
assume?
well.
How come everybody stores just a single helmet in their chests and then locks them? This seems to be a common theme around here. Oh. Dragon Age 3. Gotcha. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I don't know why I jumped to the conclusion of level, but yeah. Dragon Age 3 makes more sense. Probably don't want to get over there.
There are lots of darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our shore friend here, for instance, is something called a Genlock. They're pretty common in the Horde.
This is supposed to be
This is where I was
something
earlier,
that
right?
sends these dogs back underground. Can you believe that?
I don't know what to caution. We've won every battle. There's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk. if you
Both
ask me.
soldiers playing and getting drunk to not think about tomorrow's battle. I mean, I can't really blame them, honestly. There's this hack over here I missed. Oh, or maybe this isn't where I was. I don't think it is where I was. Sure. Yeah. Again with the single helmet.
The all before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide.
Someone went around and hit everyone's helmets. Sure seems that way. I mean...
The last scouting party made it back last night. Barely.
What do you mean?
Only 2 of them made it, and one was minus a leg.
Okay, so I feel like somebody said something about
Darkspawn that was 10 feet tall, with horns as long as your arm.
enemy names being
Died last night. They said his blood was already turning black.
different colors depending on their strength, like way early on. But what about non-enemies? Like, I've noticed that, what's his face? Cool dude. I don't know why I can remember that many words, but I can't remember his actual stupid name. You know who I'm talking about. Duncan. I've noticed his name is orange, like the sergeant's name is yellow. Is that a like level of conversation thing, or does it actually like reflect skill level, or?
I want this nonsense talk stopped immediately. What are you, a bunch of Natric fishwives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them.
Apparently.
And I want this talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately. Keep your minds focused on the battle. You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
Oh, I can talk to him.
Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
Okay, fine. I just wanted to know if you were more than one sentence intelligent. Apparently you are not, so I will take my leave. Off to find Alistair, I think. Oh. It's just over there somewhere. Also, I want to talk to her because she has a name.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
Enemy scale to you, if I recall. So you can proceed to places at your leisure. As for name colors, I think it just means they're important. Gotcha. Okay. Pleased to meet
Well
you.
met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
Will you be fighting beside the king?
Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, we have our parts to play. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
No kidding. You faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
And the Fade is the place that came through the mirror from. Or however the mirror did the thing. Oh, apparently I don't know that. Apparently my brain made that connection up all on its own, because my options are, we call it the Beyond, but I know of no connection, and what does the Fate have to do with anything?
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
What's the Black City?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
And is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Don't you have any proper advice? I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see. Or at least it's something to ponder. I feel like I missed out on a sentence in there somewhere that explains the second option. I'm gonna go with a very non-committal, at least it's something to ponder, because I feel like I missed a sentence in the
occasionally
thing
it's
somewhere.
wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Indeed, like go straight to my journal and look up what it was you just said. I love this feature, by the way. Rangers from the Tamaranth Imperium found their way into the city was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed the men. Twisted reflections, blah blah. The Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. My first thought about that theory is that that means that this Maker is punishing the whole rest of the world for the Darkspawn's sins, basically. But by... Hold on. Let me see. Basically corrupting them more in the process, it sounds like. Which seems like all the last things anybody with any sort of reasoning skill would ever want to do in a situation that's, you know, you're trying to do anything to fix. Okay, so there wasn't really any more context to the dialogue option than I had picked up on. There was a little bit of. Oh right, I was gonna look through the codex before I went to see Alistair. King Kalen. Siren? Siren? It would be Siren if it was German. Siren. That doesn't look right though. I'd hoped for a war like in the tales, a king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. Son of the legendary King Merrick. Oh, he did say Merrick's Heron, didn't he? Earlier. I think that's what they said. Kalen was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Interesting. Since his father's death, he's held the throne alongside his queen Enora. Okay. Logan MacDear. Takes more than legends to win a battle. No shit. Logan was born a farmer during a time when his country was still under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne. Together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Orlesian Empire. Merrick raised his friend to the nobility, and Logain is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. I mean, makes sense except for the fact that it was literally who he knew that got him there. I'm just saying. It's amazing how that always gets skipped over in those sorts of stories. Our last character sheet. Win. I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Win's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. At healing magic. Not at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be First Enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the tower of King Kalen's call to arms, Wynn volunteered to go to Ostagar. Interesting. Fiery Warhound. I said that there were new creature things, and I figured that might be one of them. I was kind of hoping it was. Sorry, that was loud. Every time the music changes, it startles me. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the words. No dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, and said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters. I knocked over the mic. I really hope that didn't deafen anybody. My bad. Hey, sorry. I need weights on the bottom of this. Not a mic stand. It'll probably help it stay in place a little better. Okay, where was I? Hey, Spider! How's it going? Welcome in. Or welcome back. I don't know what it technically is if it's your first time chatting, but I know you've been here before. How was your day? I'm trying to switch windows here so that I can do the things with the things. Yeah. There we go. No. Do you know we got it just as I finally switched windows? I realized just as I was about to say, Genobi, I was kind of thinking maybe you'd already gone to bed, and then I saw that you had chatted previously and I missed it. Sorry about that. Probably should have asked earlier, but would you like to know whenever you're about to miss out on meeting a new companion? If I'm actually about to miss out on it, then yes. Especially if it's not like something I can make up later. Like, if it's a companion I'm gonna run into repeatedly where I'll have other chances, then I mean, maybe don't tell me, but if I'm actually about to miss out on a companion entirely, yeah, I prefer to know. Thank you. Is it too late? Did I already miss out on one? Spider says, congratulations on affiliate. Thank you. Just sleepless here. You? Yeah, same basically. Needed an escape from IRL bullshit and packing and whatnot, and kind of got thoroughly hooked on this game yesterday. So easy excuse. Hashtag sleepless gang. Hell yeah. I feel like one of these days somebody really ought to do whatever back-end coding it takes to work the word playing into the actual like result of the variable that calls up the game that you were playing, so that if you weren't playing a game, it leaves it out. Right? Like, I feel like there are so many people who stream just chatting and other non-game stuff now. It's like, no, I just brought it up. No, because you can miss them. Okay, cool. Yeah. Probably doesn't surprise you to know that I always want to know all the things, just the question is when. I am that person who went through the Choose Your Own Adventure novels 16 times until I had found every single possible ending that there was, just because I wanted, after I had already done it once, like legit, just because I wanted to know what all the other endings were. Cold tub. Okay, where did I leave off? Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. Damn. I mean, it's already pretty cool that, you know, being a dog parent kind of gives you someone who always thinks you're a person of worth, but for your dog to make everyone else think you're always a person of worth is pretty sweet perk there. I know how you mean that, but it also makes me laugh because the self-critical part of my own brain goes, yeah, dude, come on, pick it up already. You're here for gameplay, not find every possible option in the entire game before you do anything. Oh, thank you, Spider. Oh man, this chair is good for stretching too. Gotta catch them all. That's exactly how I play these games too. It's terrible. It's very much I don't want to miss anything, so I'm going to be super ultra thorough and run around in circles until everybody watching me is bored out of their skulls, probably. Excuse me. Thank you, Spider, for those redemptions. So far, I have yet to regret making them as low priced as they are. Honestly, I figured. Okay, did you guys have trouble, like, figuring out how much channel points were actually, like, worth in terms of, like, how hard you wanted certain things to be to get or how easy you wanted them to be, that sort of thing? Like, is that just me? Did anybody else have trouble, like, actually figuring out or, like, getting a feel for the scale there? Because you can probably tell if you look at my options. They're kind of all over the place. I mean, not really, because, like, for example, I've been in streams where I actually noticed that the highlight my message seemed really easy to get at 100 channel points, which is why I did the posture one there, because even now my posture is terrible, and I'm, that's a very useful one, even if I get it every 10 minutes or whatever. I also didn't put a cooldown on that one. But then, like, the ghost sighting one, I only made it 300 channel points, but there's also a cooldown on it. I think it's an hour. Just so that I don't spend the entire stream waking the cat up and then waiting for him to move his butt from in front of the computer screen and go back to sleep. Because once I wake him up, he's awake for a little while. Yeah, but eventually gave up and made everything that didn't require me to do something cheaper. Fair. The more work, the more it costs. Makes sense. That was the other thing for me, was trying to figure out the balance between, like, at what point do I make stuff more expensive in channel points versus leaving it alone but then making it have cooldowns or number of redemption limits or that sort of thing. Like, there's one in here somewhere, oh yeah, the Breed a Dragon one, that's 1,000 channel points, but I actually managed to squeeze into the name of the thing that it was limited to one a day, and that's not my limit. That's actually the extension limits it to one per day, because in theory you're supposed to be spending bits on it. They let you have one channel point redemption every 24 hours, and you can set how much the channel point redemption costs. But I set it to 1,000 because I didn't want to hear like sounds and shit going off if I ever got like a bunch of new people in here and then they were all trying it and it wasn't working because they had to wait 24 hours or whatever. I wanted to make it hard enough that people would have a chance to be like, wait a second, what do you mean limited to one per day or whatever? Just to reduce the spam. I do need to make a returnal. Oh, thank you. Returnal. I like that word. Oh my goodness. I did. Okay, when I say keep it from making noises all the time, I did not know it made that noise. I thought it made a noise. I thought it was just like a bleep or something. That's actually kind of cool. Also, that's neat. We've got new colors and new eyebrows. That's adorable. I like it. There's also a redemption where basically I get two, I forget what they call them, but it's basically like free dragon points per day. So every day I get 2 free actions that I can do without bits or channel points or whatever. But I can set up a thing where people can spend channel points to essentially buy one of my freebie points. So like if I had the Breed a Dragon set to 2,000 channel points and the Buy a Dragon point one set to 1,000, they could theoretically buy one of mine and get half off of the breed, or spend twice as much to feed it or whatever. Which just seemed overly complicated and weird and unnecessary to me, so I left it out. But I like that. That's cute. I like the color. So I didn't miss anything here. See, and that's one of those gauging the scale things too, where it's like my knee-jerk reaction was, holy shit, I've been an affiliate for like less than 36 hours and you have 1,000 channel points already. And then my second thought was, well, hold on, isn't the average supposed to be like 220 an hour or something? I don't even know if that counts for, I mean, mods probably earn more. I know subs earn more, and you subbed fairly early last night, so you probably have way more than that, because I streamed a really long time yesterday and you were at least lurking for the whole thing. But one of those things where it's like, well, okay, but all of a sudden the redemption scene, I can't like get a feel for what average actually is, like compared to what they say it is. Not that it really matters that much, but This is what my brain does. It takes things that don't make sense and it fidgets with them until they do. Oh yeah, the Mubari are essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen. So not easy to kill, thank God, because that's my biggest pet peeve with any pet in any game ever. And the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic even among the most hardened infantry soldiers. I mean, given how big they are, I can't say I blame them. I'll hoard all the points when not spending them. Spider immediately nods on Jennifer's points. I have to figure out the dragon extension actually came with the, I don't know, stickers or emotes or whatever you want to call them for, they go on the channel point redemptions. Unfortunately their link was broken, which is why they're not there now. But I gotta figure out how to get those, because one of them is a pile of cookies. Which I feel like is just tempting by itself. It's also part of the reason why I made 100 channel points more expensive. Hold on. While I'm thinking about it, actually. Oh, hold on. I just realized my pre-roll timer isn't set to 0, but it's also not moving. I'm still trying to get a feel for like the various ad-related prompts and like. I mean, Dallas is the obvious example here. He always seems to either know or be able to immediately find out, you know, when he's going to be running an ad and how long it's going to be and when there's just been one and, you know, how long he has to run an ad for to keep one from running for a certain amount of time. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I've heard this explained like 2 or 3 times at this point. I've kind of got the gist of it. Like, I get that you get a certain number of ad-free minutes for however many seconds the ad is. I just can never keep the number straight in my head. But in terms of the actual, like, using Stream Manager to accumulate all that knowledge, still trying to figure that part out. This is a very unhelpful article. I clicked the help button. I came up with the most general, broad subject list of FAQs I think I have ever seen. Not what I was looking for. I just want to know why it says my pre-roll ad says 57 seconds and it's not moving. No, I don't want soundtrack help. Go away. Go away. Be gone, Twitch support. Figured out myself, damn it. Or more likely, I'll question Dallas until I get it. Did you get an ad when you came in, Spider? Am I still connected? Okay. Alright. Oh, Denobi. I think Dallas apart controls his ads by running. Yeah, I know. I just haven't figured out how, like, he always seems to know, like, when he's got another one coming up. Like, I've heard him say multiple times, oh, you guys are about to get an ad. That's the part I can't figure out for the life of me. Because I have what looks like an empty timer up at the top next to subs that says pre-roll on. But every time I've seen it, except for just a minute ago, it's just zeros and no movement at all. And it kind of looks a little grayed out. And then a minute ago, it was like 57 seconds, but it wasn't moving, and it was grayed out. And all my ad buttons and my ad snooze button all look exactly the same as they always do. Hence the confusion. Sorry, you're still dealing with that cough. It sucks. Okay, I was done with this. That's fine. Wait. Okay, where was I and what was I doing? Got a partially filled white trash bag on the floor over here, just at the edge of my desk, and it's right out of the corner of my peripheral vision when I turn to about here, and down there on the floor, and I keep thinking the cat is asleep on the floor, like right beside my desk, and that's why I keep double taking. Like, that's not a cat, that's a white trash bag. That's still not a cat, that's still a white trash bag. Oh, right, I was going for this chest, I think. Oh, no, that's the one guarded by what's-his-face. Yeah. Did I get the other one? I feel like there might be more up past the quartermaster that I missed, so I'm gonna walk that direction to get around to where... What's-his-face? The guy whose name starts with an A. Alistair. I actually remember that one. Oh, damn it. Space is still not jump. Space is still not jump. So how many years is it between games? How many 100 years do I have to wait in this world before space becomes jump? I assume it's in space. Every game I've ever seen that has jump, it's always been space, I think. Okay.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
Right. Through that way. Got it. Did I have to go outside the wall to get around? No, I'm not going to get to him by going around the wall. I don't think. Oh, I might need to go, like, all the way around though. right over here. Oh, unless he's up here, maybe. Ah, yep, that's probably where I was supposed to be going. Space. Oh, for jump, yeah. I'm like, space. Why is he talking about space? What were we discussing that had to do with space? Shit. Space bar, got it. It's at least 10 years as the events of... Oh, okay, so DA2 alone spans 10 years. Gotcha. It's not a couple hundred. I suppose it could be worse. Could be. Every time this particular bit of the general game music comes on, I always get really, really attentive because I always feel like it's one of those warning songs. You know, right when you're getting close to an enemy you're probably gonna have to fight. Okay, it's shoes this time. That's good, because I'm all out of heads to put all these helmets on. Oop, there's another one over there somewhere. Oh, there's a prisoner over there too. Interesting. I'm gonna need those shoes back, ma'am. Shoes? I'm sorry, what shoes? I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Do you see shoes on my feet? Actually, you probably do. What kind of shoes do I have on my feet? Actually, now that I think about it. Because it's not the ones I just picked up. Come on, my boots are very clearly Dalish. You cannot possibly convince me that I somehow stole the boots very clearly crafted by my own people. So, you know, get out of here, you filthy human. Or whatever that particular snarky comeback would be. How come the signs all light up purple, but you can't actually do anything with them? Like, the purple implies that they're clickable. Or at least I thought it did. Oop. Yep, there's one up there. Of course I can't get up that way. Nope, nope. The other backwards. There we go. Yeah, signs are weird. Okay. No, it's not.
What is it now?
Damn it, not what I meant to do.
Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The grumpy one.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
Right. Oh, man. So, I like this guy. I like his sense of humor. Which means sorry what is definitely not the response I'm going with. Also, that's not that's a terrible thing to say because it's not. It was funny. But do I go with you are a very strange human, which is a true fact, or I know exactly what you mean, which is much more hat tilt for a hat tilt, so to speak. You know what? Okay, he is a strange human, but only in that I like how weird he is. Not in the way I feel like that would normally be meant. So we're going with, I know exactly what you mean. Oops, apparently number pad doesn't work.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait,
Imagine.
we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
Wait, this is Alistair? Dude, I thought this was one of the other recruits. We haven't met, you must be Alistair. Don't worry, I'm no mage. Or would that make your day worse? We're going with, would that make your day worse?
Hardly. I just like to know my chances of
I
being
love
turned
him,
into a toad at any given moment. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, the Dalish.
Cheers,
I
mate.
should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
No worries, I was having fun. The other two are boring. And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As
No,
the
he just,
junior member
you know,
of the Order,
pawned
I'll be
all of my
accompanying
questions
you
off on you.
when you prepare for the joining.
Ah, junior member of the Order. I guess that makes a little more sense. Accompanying you. Cool. I like you. I have a feeling if we're left unsupervised for long enough, we're going to thoroughly weird out everybody else in our presence. Let's get on with it then. Pleased to meet you. My name is Asher. I mean, introductions aren't necessarily a bad idea. I can't prepare on my own? Oh no, not now I can't. Now I definitely need this humor around. If only because it gives me... But if only because it gives me somebody I can be a smartass to where I don't feel like a dick doing it. What can you tell me about this joining? I mean, I do want to know that, though. Although, from the way Duncan talked, it sounds like I'm going to get a chance to ask him more than just, like, a single thing. So I'm going to go with, pleased to meet you, my name's Azra. If I can hit the right key.
Right, that was the name. You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is.
You gain an extra point of cool just for the fact that I actually believe you really have no idea. Like, weirdly that seemed genuine. Yeah, I like this guy. Definitely like this guy. You want more women in the Wardens, do you? Probably because we're too smart for you. I can handle myself better than most. Or how about you stop thinking of me as a woman? I feel like that's a little sharp-edged. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Either one or two. Definitely. I could see this being one of those, like, fun, like, almost vaguely flirty without actually being flirty sort of friendships. Like, okay, yeah, we're going with, you want more women in the Wardens, do you?
Would that be so terrible? Not that I'm some drooling lecher or anything. Please stop looking at me like that. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
ordinarily I'd be a sass about this one too, and come back with, you know, question for question. Have you? Except that that seemed more serious. So I'm gonna go with. Wait, have I? Technically? Yeah. Those things that kept attacking us on the road starts with a G. I have a thing for them in the. Why do I keep wanting to say cultist handbook? Codex. I mean, it's sort of vaguely similar sounding. I have a thing for them in the Codex. I remember what they're called, but I'm pretty sure it starts with a G. Pretty sure they're officially. Yeah, you fought a lot. Okay, all right. Just making sure they were actually what I thought they were. I'm gonna go with yes, just recently.
I've only fought them once up close, and that was before the battles here started, which Duncan has kept me out of so far. Tell me, did you find them as monstrous as I did?
I don't know. How monstrous did you find them? Hideous, dangerous, but killable. I wasn't afraid. They die like any other creature. I feel like that's a little excessively cocky for this particular character. Hideous, dangerous, but killable. All accurate statements.
You'll be at an advantage then. Most new recruits have never even seen Darkspawn.
Oof.
Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
Not quite ready. There's a chest over there I want to loot first. That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The circle is here at the king's request, and the chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are. Which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
Ooh. That would be awkward. Wait, okay, hold on. I gotta get my terminology right, because most of the games I've played don't have, like, formal, conglomerates of mages in general. And there's enough overlap with, like, that and clerics and stuff that I'm mixing up terminology here, which one goes with mages and circles and things, and which one goes with chantries. Chantries are the religious ones, right? So they'd be more like clerics, which would include Templars, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So it was a mage he was arguing with. It's the mages and the Chandrians? Chandrian. That's from something. I don't remember what. Chantryites? Don't get along. And the reason it's awkward is because he was with Chantry. Okay, gotcha. I'm up to speed. We're good. My defense. There are paladins, and there are Templars, and there are clerics, and there are priestesses, and there are magi, and there are, like, sometimes those have priestesses too, and it's like, come on, man. Holy shit. So many robes floating around, come on. Oh, that's right. Okay. And that was the extra thing I was missing, was the Templars being the actual mage hunters. Was like, I knew that, I just hadn't quite made the connection yet. Yeah, that would be awkward. You're a mage hunter.
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes. The Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently, they didn't get the same speech.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
I've met Davith.
Right, that cut purse Duncan conscripted. I'm not sure
Cut
what
purse.
Duncan sees in him, to be honest.
Oh, that's
Keep an eye out.
interesting.
Maybe we'll see the other one, or I can track him down later.
It's also vaguely curious to me because honestly, I would have expected Davith and Alistair to, if not hit it off, then at least be, cheerful acquaintances with each other. Just because it almost seems like if Davith had a little bit more, like ballsy self-confidence behind his jokes, I feel like he could almost be on par with Alistair a little bit. Maybe not all the way, but I feel like he's got the baby version of a similar sense of humor anyway. Keep an eye out. Maybe we'll see the other one, or I can track him down later. Wait, other one. Oh, Sir Jory, got it. You don't have to accompany me, do you? No offense or anything.
Don't worry. I'll try not to embarrass you.
I make no promises about the same. Sorry. I look forward to traveling with you right after I loot that chest behind you.
You do? Huh. That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Okay. Do you mind if I go loot that chest real quick? Because I have every intention of doing that. When you're not controlling the party members act according to the tactics you select, select Alistair by left clicking on him or his portrait. Cool. You open the tactics screen. I know what key that is. At least at the moment. You can use it. Excuse me. You can use the conditional tactics slots to design custom behavior for each character, or simply select preset tactics. Right. Change Alistair's preset to defender. I can do that. Interesting. I wish it wasn't so hard to read. Okay, so when he's being attacked by ranged, activate shield cover, makes sense. So the I've already forgotten what they're called. The levels of tactics, the rows or whatever. When it says like enemy, for example, is that the enemy they're specifically targeted to fight? Or is that any enemy within a vicinity? Or any enemy fighting a member of the party? Or like how do they determine who they're looking at to see if they're over 75% health? And if it is the targeted one, then do you have to manually target them? Or is that what the behavior determines? Okay. So they don't necessarily have to be actively targeted on one. So I guess if it was one where they didn't attack just because there was an enemy nearby, like if their behavior was something where it was they wait to get attacked, then it could still be like a, you know, whatever defensive move they had set to do or whatever. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know if it made sense coming out of my mouth, but it got there in my head. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, I have a codex page for him now. He's all combat, isn't he? Sorcerers specifically chosen to control mages and snipe abominations. Each of the Templars melee hits against against an enemy spellcaster drains its mana. 3 Templars melee hit against enemy spellcaster. Right. Okay. Okay, that makes sense now. Took a second. I got there. Greater health fatigue. There's the shield bash. Normal damage, knock, and knock prone. Okay. Handy. Follows up an attack with 2 hits from the shield, dealing normal damage with each attack. The target fails a physical resistance check, is stunned. Physical resistance. As opposed to, isn't there a nature resistance or natural or something like that that's like acid and shit? Or maybe not acid, but some of the poisons, I think. Stunned. Okay, cool. On this mode, provides greater chance of scrolling off the page. While in this mode, Warrior Shield provides greater chance of deflecting missile attacks. Shield Mastery increases this bonus further. Practice fighting with the shield. Proves the character's guard. Enemies can no longer flank the character on the shield carrying side. That's handy. I imagine. I don't know. I've never been very good at the whole, like, thinking through the whole flanking techniques. Like, I get the concept. I've just never been very good at actually using them ever, really. Okay. Oh, two-handed, not two-weaponed. Got it. I'm sitting here going, why does he have so many different ones than me? That makes sense, though. Alright, I'm gonna leave this shit. Oops, not you. Hero, thank you very much. Made that mistake once before already. Okay, so he's not lawful good, he didn't complain. Ooh, splint nail boots. Those are nice. I think they look nicer than they actually are, but, you know, they're nice. Andy. And so begins the collection of scrolls, if Pathfinder's any indication. sir. Can we use these boots? Are these any better than the ones that you've already got? Oh wait, that's not awesome. Oh. He's already wearing tier 2 of the same boots I just picked up. Okay. Never mind. What about a helmet? Plus 3 physical. Plus 3 physical resistance. And you are not better than the shield he has, so never mind. Okay. I'm gonna save there because I haven't saved in a while. Okay. Alright, give me just a second to fill up my water bottle real quick. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was just checking one thing real quick. Trying to figure out why I had mystery notifications for that. one second, let me fill my water bottle. I'll be right back. Sorry about the distraction there for a second. I had glanced over to take a quick look at Streamlabs and had weird notifications and stuff going on the other screen I was not paying any attention to whatsoever. I figured I probably should at least glance at briefly. Right. Slower than that, river. Ooh. Okay. My phone got stuck. I was switching it from landscape to portrait. Is that what they call it with a phone? That's what it is with a picture. I don't know if they actually use the same terminology or not. But I was flipping it from its side to right side up. I got stuck for a second. And I had multiple Twitch notifications. But the two that it was showing previews for were the mobile live dashboard from when I went live and a whisper from Obi replied to something from earlier. And when I rotated my screen, I got stuck for just a second. I kid you not. For just a second, it said Mobiflay across the screen. And just like somewhere in the process of shifting them, they kind of like blurred together, and it totally said Mobiflay. I don't know why that struck me as so funny. It just did. Okay. Oh. For a second, I thought I just accidentally closed Streamlabs, like, completely. Whew. Nope, we're good. We're good. We're still here. That's the OB mobile app, right? Movie play. Okay. I'm so very confused by this ad business. I need to stop thinking about it in the middle of stream, but that's when it's right in front of my face. Okay. Where we at? We were... Right. Genlock, or Genlock, was the thing I was thinking of earlier. Alright, that was the other one I was going to do, was Alistair. You know, one good thing about the play is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. That's literally all there is to it. Does it fill these in as I get to know people? Is that why that's all it has for Alistair? Because if so, then I know more about some people than I ever imagined I did. But also, why am I going through and reading them all every time they pop up? It's still a chapter 2. I don't think I have chapter 1 yet. Dale's Prairie Wilds. Grey Wardens. So wait, I thought that was... Oh, culture and history, not places. I don't know why I thought it was places. Magical religion. Light, fade. Yeah, all this can come later. I don't feel like sitting here reading at the moment, to be totally honest with you. Is that a place I can go? I mean, sort of. Not really. Okay, no. Well, actually, sort of. I don't think it's what I thought it was, though. No, I was over here already. Why it gets stuck in the ground like that?
Yes?
Not what I meant to do.
Then let's get a move on, shall we?
I mean, yeah, I'm just having difficulty with the whole walking thing, that's all. Nope, apparently not. Oh well. I'm still going in the right direction. Cool. Go me. It's like 3 times in a row I've checked the map and been going the right direction for a change. I keep thinking I'm smelling something weird. I don't think I actually am. I'm just imagining it. Oh dear lord, what the fuck was that? There we go. Aside from mildly dizzying. And, you know, shoving me through the ground and shit.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
I apologize, Duncan. I'll go collect who we're missing. This is Sajori, a knight from Redcliffe.
How'd you do?
And this, of course, is the recruit that Duncan said he was bringing.
Well, that's gonna be easy to remember. The guy from Redcliffe has the bright red hair. Or the bright dark red hair. That's the case with me. Alright. This, of course, is the recruit Duncan said he was bringing. No answer, I'm Azrin. Pleased to meet you. Arguably rude and defensive answer. Can we get on with this? Very much my answer. And that's me, the new girl.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You 4 will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
Ooh, so many question options. First is to obtain 3 vials. Second task, what do we need blood for? Going to the wilds? Isn't that dangerous? A princessy answer. Surely you could have acquired some blood before now. Finally some action. She's not a wimp, but she's not bloodthirsty either. She's not the type to be like jonesing for a fight. So I'm gonna go with. What do we need Darkspawn Bud for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
Kind of suspected that. And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
Interesting. Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood. What kind of scrolls are these? What if they're no longer there? These are all perfectly reasonable questions. This is part of our joining too. Could be reasonable or snarky, depending on how she says it, which I, of course, will never know. How will we find this archive? What kinds of scrolls are these? Start at the top.
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago.
Uh-huh.
They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
Fair. And what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Is this part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
How will we find the archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Okay. Overgrown, sealed chest. Follow Alistair, got it. Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
New quests. So you need to keep an eye out for that flower. What was it, red with white or something? Oh, white with red. I was close. Something about growing in logs around water ponds. Something like that. Close enough to find it, I guess. Is it weird that the random science nerd in me kind of wants to know if they have to be 3 different darkspawn, like for genetic reasons, or for like blood composition reasons, or if we each have to have our own darkspawn? Because I mean, if you think about it, if you believe a single darkspawn dry, then or not even dry, but depending on how big your vials are, you could totally fill 3 vials off of one. This is what my brain does. It's probably not okay. And recover trees, right? regret that later. Do I share inventory with all of them? Ooh, I do. Interesting. I look like some sort of rollerblade Girl Scout in this shot. Or not Girl Scout. What? Like roller derby girl, I think was what I was actually thinking. Alright, let me make sure everybody's wearing actual like armor up to what they can. Oh, she's already got better boots than the rest of us. And I gave him that helmet, so... Gavith and Jory are both missing helmets, which is fantastic, because I have helmets up the wazoo. Hey, Space Potato, welcome in. Install mods. What kind of mods? Sorry, I kind of got a little distracted there for a second. Okay. Finish shifting this gear on and I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, his boots are different. Ow. Sorry. Existing boots are... Well... 2, 1, 2, 2. I think his existing boots are better than everything I've got, actually. So, dude, what kind of helmet do you want? Because I feel like I've got one of every kind of planet. That is apparently an incorrect assumption. Apparently, I only have one. What? I mean, I know I gave at least one away. I thought I for sure had enough for everybody in the party, though. Interesting. What do you know? He actually is. He level 3 though. Still a little baby level 2. I think. Wait a second. No, I'm not. I leveled up again? When did that happen? Hold on. I gotta do some shit. Alright, talents, let's see. Correct, level 4. All of the rogue ones require level 4 for a second. So basically for rogue talents, it's below the belt of nothing. Honestly, that helps narrow down options a little bit. Oh, right, improved combat training. Oh, okay. It's kind of like, spells in D&D where you only get a new skill every 2 levels, right? I'm thinking is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so I need improved combat techniques in order to take the next level of dual weapon. So I can either go dual striking, dual weapon sweep, which honestly sounds pretty cool, or I can go with something archery, which I feel like wouldn't be a terrible idea since I don't have anything in there yet. Experience fighting in tight quarters has taught the archer to fire without interruption, even when being attacked. It's handy. Versus rapid shot. Speed wins out over power while this mode is active. The archer fires more rapidly, but without any chance of inflicting regular critical hits. Master Archer. How long till I get Master Archer? Oh, it's a while out there. I like the look of the aim one, so I might go with melee just for that, honestly. Scaring. Fires a shot designed to open up a weak spot and targets armor. Poses armor penalty. That's kind of neat, but I think I'm going to go with melee archer because that'll open up aim, and also because I can't take any of the second tier rogue skills until level 4. And I'm right now sort of evening out my skill set to include at least a basic level of ranged to go with my dex. Seems like a good idea. Over adding lower priority skills and stuff to the same talent that I've been working on. So, melee archer. First thing I was going to do last time was up Constitution, and then I ended up saving all my points. I've got 6 of them now, so I'm going to at least use a few of them. There. Okay. Well, now, let's see. Now my absolute lowest score is a 12. Even Constitution, which I think will be handy. $14 in willpower seems pretty good. That actually came straight from my, I think it was race bonus. Yeah, because I seem to remember it not really being terribly important for words. Rogue. At least in this game. Not that it's really that important for Rogue and D&D either, but not the point. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to level Strength and Constitution up to 12, and then I'm going to leave 3 points sitting there for what I most urgently need them on. And then I'm going to get on with my day. Choose melee archer. You should actually took, because last time it didn't. Yeah, it did. Okay. Save game. For starters, I just noticed the gold circle around the icons and the fact that it can go all the way around. I'm really curious as to what that means. Yeah, that's officially it for me for tonight, guys. I am all the way. That sounded weird. You know what I mean. Just double that save just to be sure. Thank you guys for bearing with me through all the music complications and tech weirdness and distraction. It was just such an odd, sort of off-seeming night. I really appreciate you guys bearing with me. Anyway, I think I used up all my everything works points last night. That's what I'm beginning to think, is that it's like a daily allowance, and if you use them up too early, or if you borrow from them to get a certain amount of stuff that works in the beginning of the week, then you're just fucked. Just a theory, though. Oh yeah, that's where I was looking for. Raid. No way. Seriously? Is he still on? Oh, I know exactly who we're raiding. So if you do not already know who Ozzy Gamer is, you really ought to start doing Twitch right. To borrow words from somebody recently. Either Dallas or Genomi, I think it was. Genomi? Maybe? So if I'm forgetting who actually said that. He is playing Inscription. Neat. Okay, let me move my windows all over the places. Go. Alright, we're going to raid Ozzy real quick. He's a friend of a bunch of us on the channel. Honestly, I think you'll really like him. He's a fun guy. Really nice guy. I have no idea about anything about the game he's playing, but I'm sure he'll be happy to tell you if you ask. Or, you know, he appreciates lurkers as much as I do, so that works too. That's more your speed. I know it's early or late or middle of the day or something for... It's some time for all of you, I'm sure of that much. New record, dumbest statement of the day. All 4 hours and 21 minutes of it. Alright, windows are up. Red buttons have been found. Things have been refreshed. Currently pressing the buttons. That button specifically. And that button. I don't get to rate them very often. I'm pretty excited about that. Alright. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you. I hope you had fun tonight. I did. Even if it didn't seem like I did the whole time, I really did. It just, you know how tech issues get. When you don't touch anything, nothing should change. It's just like a logic thing, but that's not how tech works, and we all know it too. So, yeah. Whether it's morning or afternoon or evening or whatever time of day it is for you, I hope you'll have a fantastic one. I will be live yet again tonight, 3 nights in a row. Not sure if that's actually a record, but it's pretty damn close. Especially for having started off with an accidental 9-hour stream. So, I'm going to be stupid tired on Tuesday. But, tonight, I've got Minecraft Monday. I'm going to shoot to start 10:30. Might not be till 11, but I'm going to try. That's Central Time. If it helps, this is currently 4:23 a.m. Central Time. So basically, this time minus about 6 hours for you. Give or take 20 minutes or so. Whatever time that is for you, that's what time we'll be back tonight. And yeah, we're going to go raid Ozzy. Give him some love for me. I hope I will see you guys all tonight. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. I will see you next time. Or, for another 3 seconds. While raid buttons load and things. Couldn't remember if I'd already hit it once or not. Alright. Have a good one, everyone.